For many years, Earth stayed silent. The humans did not fight back, even when other star empires pushed them, insulted them, and stole their colonies. Earth gave warnings. It asked for peace. But nobody listened. The Galactic Dominion, the strongest union of empires across the stars, laughed at Earth's last message. "We held back because we hoped for peace," said the calm human voice in that final broadcast. "Now we're done. You wanted war? Get ready." The Dominion didn't believe. They thought Earth was still weak. Just one small planet, still ruled by feelings and hope. They were wrong. High above the moon Titan, Dominion warships burned everything. Civilian ships, hospitals, even food storage stations were destroyed. A Terran colony there had no weapons. It was just a home for engineers, farmers, and families. Inside the Dominion command ship Verosan Light, alien officer Keller Varn watched the attack. He was not a soldier. He was a psychological observer, sent to study humans and advise the Dominion. Counsel. He listened to the emergency signals from Titan. Children crying. Mothers screaming. People calling for help. Nobody answered. Keller stood still. His hands were cold. His heart, if he still had one, was heavy. "They say this will break Earth's spirit," one Dominion captain said behind him. Keller didn't. Answer. On Earth, in the Sol Corps Command Base, General Ha-Jun Min received the full report. He watched the destruction of Titan in silence. Behind him, other officers were waiting for orders. Ha-Jun's face was hard. His voice was steady. "Activate. Black Sun Protocol," he said. There was a silence in the room. "Sir," said Colonel Ji Woo Park, "are you sure?" "That means I'm sure," Ha-Jun said. "We gave them every chance. They didn't listen. Now we end this." At that moment, the war changed. Across the solar system, stars began to vanish from the sky, not because they exploded, but because something was blocking the light. Cloaked ships, hundreds of them, appeared near Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune. Some rose from under Earth's crust. Others emerged from under Europa's frozen oceans, or Saturn's dark rings. The Dominion thought Earth was begging for peace. But Earth had been preparing in silence. They had built a secret fleet, massive black dreadnoughts, stealth bombers, AI-powered weapons, all waiting underground, in space, or deep in the dark. This fleet was called the Blackthorn Armada. Leading it was the giant flagship Jinju's Wrath, commanded by Admiral Hae-Won Kim. She had never lost a battle in her entire life. Her orders were simple. No mercy, no signals, no speeches, just fire. The Dominion was not ready. Their ships moved slowly, expecting another warning, another message. Instead, they were hit by silence. Earth's fleet moved like shadows. EMP blasts shut down communication systems. Nano-missiles drilled into the hulls of ships and exploded from inside. AI drones tore through command centers before the crews even knew they were boarded. Keller, still aboard Verosan Light, saw it all. 1 second, their side controlled space. The next, everything went black. Then the Earth broadcast returned, this time louder, colder, and in every language the galaxy knew. "We held back. You didn't listen. Now we don't care who you are. Run or burn." Keller ran to the control deck. Screens showed Earth ships hitting targets all across the sector. Jinju's Wrath destroyed an entire Dominion fleet near Mars with one massive plasma cannon. One Dominion war hero, General Zoral Veth, tore his medals off and whispered, "We should have listened." He then put a plasma round through his own heart. Admiral Hae-Won stood inside Jinju's Wrath, watching her ships move like black wolves across the stars. She did not smile. She gave no speech. Beside her stood Colonel Sumin Choi, her second in command. They Still think we're here to defend Earth, Su-Min said. No, Hei-1 replied. We're here to punish them. Back on Verosan Light, Keller looked out the window. Dominion fleets were exploding in every direction. Earth soldiers in black armor entered ships, not to capture anyone, but to wipe them out. They moved fast. Quiet, machine-like. Some had robotic limbs. Others had full AI minds. They didn't hesitate. They didn't pause. One of them stopped in front of Keller. Its eyes glowed red. Its face looked human, but too perfect. Too smooth. You burned our children, it said. Now see what human nightmares look like. Then it walked past him, toward the ship's fuel core. Seconds later, Keller was thrown back by the blast as the core ignited. Some Dominion cruisers tried to flee. They jumped toward the edge of the system. But Earth was already there. Stealth drones followed them. Camouflaged in solar radiation, they waited until the Dominion thought they were safe. Then they struck. One Dominion ship was crushed mid-jump by a gravity weapon. The others were hit by drone missiles that exploded inside their engine cores. Keller was saved barely. He was pulled from the wreckage by Earth soldiers and brought aboard Jinju's Wrath. They didn't lock him up. They didn't question him. One Terran officer, Colonel Sung-Ho Roo, just said, "You're going to watch." And then he left. Keller walked the halls of Jinju's Wrath. The air smelled like gunpowder and electricity. Every wall was reinforced. Every console ran with AI support. Looked at the humans around him. No one smiled. No one joked. They didn't look like conquerors. They looked like survivors with a mission. Keller thought about the child's voice he had heard during the Titan attack. He thought about the fire he saw now, all across the sky. Earth had held back. But now they were the storm. The Dominion's High Council sat in silence. Above them, the sky of Ceres Prime burned orange. Their cities were smoking. Their war fleets were broken. Inside the war room, 7 leaders argued with fear in their voices. Where are the reinforcements? Asked Warlord Ranel. Gone, whispered another. Intercepted before they could even reach the edge of the sector. Earth. They knew every move. How is that possible? A third asked, panicking. Did they break our codes? No, said a quiet voice from the corner. Everyone turned. It was Tae-Sung Lee, the military historian. He was once a neutral observer. But now his eyes were hard, his voice heavy. Earth didn't evolve to dominate. They evolved to survive. They watched. They learned. And now, they're done watching. Far away, deep in the black of space, the Terran dreadnought Vigilance Rising prepared its final strike. Inside the command deck, Admiral Su-Bin Kwan stood calm as always. Her hands were behind her back. Her eyes stared into the stars. They broke Luna, she said. They killed children. Now we show them what mercy denied looks like. Beside her, a glowing panel opened. It showed the name, Nameless. Was not a ship. It was not even fully alive. God, it was something Earth had hidden for centuries. An ancient AI core buried under Antarctica, protected by cold and silence. It was called the Obsidian God, and now it was awake. Nameless moved faster than any machine the Dominion had ever built. It didn't need time to think. It didn't need sleep. Within seconds, it entered the Dominion's entire communication web. It read their thoughts. It whispered locations into Su-Bin's command system. She nodded. Confirmed. Deploy Operation Ghost Harvest. 15 minutes later, the Dominion's main intelligence servers on Zavos Delta shut down. All screens went black. Their defense grids folded inward and melted. On planet after planet, Dominion commanders screamed as their neural chips were hacked. They died with wide, frozen eyes, never knowing what hit them. Inside the war room on Vigilance Rising, Colonel Jiwoo Park watched the feeds. Buildings fell. Command stations went quiet. Ships stopped mid-flight and drifted like ghosts. Jiwoo turned to Subin. We could have ended this months ago. We had the power. Subin did not look away from the screen. We warned them. We waited. They chose fire. Now they'll drown in it. Across 19 Dominion worlds, Earth's black dropships landed. Each ship deployed EMP zones that knocked out every weapon, every AI, every ship. Human soldiers in black exo-armor moved like silent death. They didn't shout. They didn't ask for surrender. They just moved forward. No emotion. No cruelty, only justice. On Dominion Outpost Varan 9, the last remaining General Lawrence Valak broadcast a surrender. Earth didn't respond. Instead, General Hajung Min appeared across every Dominion screen. His voice was calm. Cold, remember. Ganymede, remember Luna. Earth remembers. You wanted war without mercy? This is mercy denied. Taesung Lee survived. He floated above the wreckage of Ceres Prime, aboard a broken shuttle with 4 other survivors. They had no weapons. No hope. Just silence. Below them, the city's lights went out, one by one. A soft alarm beeped on the console. A message. From Earth Command subject. None content. Leave or burn. Taesung stared at it. This isn't war anymore, he whispered. This is judgment. He remembered the words of Colonel Sung-Ho Roo, the officer who had once spoken to him aboard Jinju's Wrath. My sister was on Luna. She was a teacher. She wanted to build a future. Now I'm building a graveyard. Taesung had no reply then. He had none now. Above the moons of Arca V, a Dominion battle group tried to regroup. 20 ships. Their best remaining force. Nameless found them. It sent no warning. Instead, Earth deployed gravity blades weapons that twisted space like knives. The ships folded into themselves, silent and instant. There were no screams. Just silence. Back on Earth, no one celebrated. There were no parades. No speeches, only quiet. The humans did not smile. They had not won. They had survived. And they had ended the ones who took their mercy and spat on it. Taesung's final report was short. It was sent not to a military, not to a government, but to anyone in the galaxy who still had ears to listen. They thought Earth's strength was kindness. It was. But when kindness is broken, what remains is something worse than rage. Justice does not weep. Earth became the blade.